Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and this is my old mate Rantic from GameCon. Rantic clearly has been going up the Swedish Tank Destroyer line, and this replay, this video features two of Rantic's replays featuring the Tier 6 and the Tier 7 Swedish Tank Destroyer. You can see him there, he wants to be careful he doesn't get that bat chat in a bit of trouble. He's in the Tier 6 IKV 65 Mark II. That's the Tier 6 Swedish Tank Destroyer. He's on the grind. He's, the next game will feature the Tier 7 in Rantic. Now Rantic's no slouch. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's moved up to this bush in this Tier 8 battle on Siegfried line. It's a Tier 8 game, so he's not going to get too super aggressive, but he's picking up some spotting damage early on, which is pretty handy, and a little bit unusual for a tank destroyer. We've all seen tank destroyers sit back right on the red line, sniping like little bitches, but unfortunately, in this replay, that Batchat 12T, the top tier light tank, got a little bit... it looks like they were both going for the same bush. Looks like the Batchat got spotted. But Rantic didn't, and Rantic, that's why Rantic is soaking up some assisted damage. Up to 633 assisted damage already. He turns around to look around. You can see this Batchat 12T coming back. He's down to 586 hit points. He clearly wants that bush. You can probably see that Rantic's lighting those tanks up. You can see he's got camouflage net and binoculars activated now in this tank destroyer, but that Batchat just moving into a bit of an odd position as Rantic looks towards the Jag Panther, thinks now's the time to start chipping away at that Tier 7 German tank destroyer. He puts a shot into the Jag Panther, waits for the reload. The reload seems to go for an absolute eternity as he puts his second shot in for 222 hit points of damage. Looks like he also tracked him, so he's picking up even more assisted damage, up to 807 now, as he picks up the kill. Your beauty. First kill for Rantic from GameCon in the Tier 6 Swedish Tank Destroyer. That's that Batchat, the baby Batchat, the Batchat 12T, the Tier 8 light, is clearly he's looking elsewhere. He's looking towards the T71, I would imagine. But look, Rantic's still on full health on 580 hit points. The Batchat 12T, Chung Nguyen 2016. Look, well done. You're staying alive. You certainly are. It's just looks like they're both after that spot. Now, who knows who should have that spot? You know, normally, is it the first one who gets there? Is it the one with the better view range? I don't know in these kinds of situations. Of course, this is an encounter mode, and as Rantic puts a beautiful shell into the dirt towards that T71, the Batchat 12T, looking at the auto-loading Tier 7 American light tank. Rantic doing the same. He stays in the bush. He doesn't want to get spotted here, but that Batchat is running away, pulls back so that the bushes become opaque, hopefully to make sure he doesn't get lit. There's that T71, but he was moving, so his camouflage net and binoculars became disabled, but also the aim time. The aim circle bloomed a little bit. 4-6 is the score. Enemy team sitting on the cap. Does take a hell of a long time in encounter to cap it out. You can see a bit over 3 minutes, so that's no need to panic just yet. So many people panic when they hear that siren go off, but you can see the Tiger. Looks like the Tiger on the minimap is engaging the low, the Tier 8 German heavy tank. Here comes that Batchat again. I'm not sure if he sent me this replay because it was a good game or because of this Batchat just going backwards and forwards towards where Rantic is in his tank destroyer. The Batchat shooting towards the T71 now. Rantic aiming, but the Batchat picks up the kill, turns the score back to 5-6, and I think Rantic's just sitting here going, what should I do here? I don't know. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill the Type 64. Type 64, the Tier 6 Premium Chinese medium tank, which I love so much. 6 all the score now. 2 kills to Rantic. He's on 859 damage, 898 assisted damage. And I think you saw stuff this. I'm not going to be fighting for this bush with this Batchat on 586 health. We don't want any battle buddy resets in this replay. Anyway, 7-6 is the score. He pings for help. Moves up to... This is where light tanks and medium tanks often have a little bit of fun. On this western road on Siegfried Light. He's not spotted. I don't know if he's got 6th sense or not. We'll probably... Look, if he doesn't, you'll probably see him... lose a little bit of health pretty soon. The score's 8-7. No need to panic. They're winning by a tank. 2 artilleries in play on each side. 9-7 the score now as the enemy KV2 goes down. Up by 2 tanks. Most of the tanks have been spotted, apart from the 2 artilleries, and the T-3485 have they have not been spotted. Now, the fact that it's a T-3485 and he hasn't been lit is either AFK or sniping like an absolute boss. Artillery gets spotted, probably by the bat chat, or the baby bat chat, I should say, the BC-12T, the Tier 8 auto-loading French light tank. 10-7 to score. Rantic looking for some more damage. That T-3485 looks a likely target as he sends him back to the garage. 11-7 to score now. He's found these artilleries, and you know what it's like when artilleries get spotted in World of Tanks. Everyone wants to shoot them. So Rantic is hoping to get the first shot into one of those artillery pieces. Bounces the M12, doesn't get lit. Look, he probably should be lit. Picks up some more assisted damage, doesn't manage to pick up that kill. That would have been a pretty good, should have been a pretty groovy shot into the Tier 7 American artillery piece, but it wasn't. The Tiger 2 goes down to the low in the middle of the map. Looks like the M41 Walker Bulldog is harassing the enemy low. Rantic at Tier 6 is looking for the M44. Looks like he might have found him. This should be his fourth kill. Auto aims, wait for it to aim. Cops a shot from the Hawk 12, the new Tier 8. It's not that new anymore. The Tier 8 German light tank, and he wants to get another kill here. Aim, aim, aim. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Doesn't quite get the kill, but he does get another shot in and brings his damage up to 1453. But have a look at that assisted damage as we move on to the post-game battle results. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Rantic from Calm Clan. It's also a spotter medal, which is a little bit unusual for a tank destroyer. Tier 6 tank destroyer in a Tier 8 game picks up the spotting damage because he got more than 1,000 hit points of assisted damage. The fighter medal for 4 or 5 kills, 5 for effect for doing more damage, more hit points of damage than he brought to the game. He had plenty to do with the demise of a lot of these enemy tanks. He got third by experience. 1,453 damage. Tier 6, 4 kills. Tier 6, the Tier 8 game, of course, gets a bonus to experience. So only got third for that Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. 10 shots fired, 9 hit, 8 went through, 1,453 damage done, 1,468 assisted damage. So he did more spotting damage than damage that he did. He did. Probably should have got one more shot into that Tier 6 though. Made himself 10 gold, which is what Wargaming are doing for the month of September. I think if you have a few good wins, you get a little bit of gold. 28,500 credits with a premium account in that Tier 6 Swedish Tank Destroyer as we move on to the second replay. And this double shot of Swedish Tank Destroyer action featuring Rantic from Calm Clan. This time he's into the IKV 90B. Now the IKV 90B is a Tier 7. I didn't go through the gun stats with the Tier 6, but I think they're a little bit similar. It's a 90mm gun, 240 damage, 210 penetration with standard rounds, 250 with heat rounds, which is premium ammunition. And have a look at this. Rantic's going for a little bit of a boost over here in Swamp. Looks like the Hellcat might be going for the same spot. This isn't going to be another episode of I Want That Spot, is it? That's what happened at the start of the last battle on Siegfried Light. He's going there. Looks like he's the only one with the determination to get up there. Look at the determination of that little Tier 7 Swedish TD. He gets up to the ledge, but while he's doing that, one of his teammates go down. The Hellcat, clearly that Hellcat driver has seen it done, but he's not really too sure how to do it. Let's see if Rantic can do this little boost. Unfortunately, the Leo is still trying to do it. You know, they're good, these positions, but if they take half the game to get there, it's you know, Rantic's already more than halfway to where he wants to be. In fact, it looks like he is where he wants to be. He's just going to kick back in this bush, try to minimise the chances of him being spotted. He's looking towards the 1357. That's a Tier 7 premium French light tank, the one with a really quick firing gun. I think it's a 6 or 8 shot autoloader, maybe even a 10 shot autoloader, and it's less than a second between shots. Looking towards the Stritzwagen 74. That Stritzwagen's no dummy. He's not going to be moving. He's not going to be moving out from behind that bush anytime soon. Looking towards the ISU 122S. Now that's one of the Berlin bundle tanks, the Russian Tier 7 tank destroyer. You can see on the mini map the enemy have done a really good job in that 1-2 line, but they're also winning the 9 line, which is normally not Not too good if they win both flanks. You can afford to give up one flank if you're aggressively pushing the other flank, but losing both flanks is probably not the most ideal situation. Rantic hasn't done much yet. His team are down 2-4. He hasn't got the tank to aggressively push, so I'm not saying that he's doing anything wrong, but where are all these top tiers? The Stritzwagen is back here at B1. Looks like he might be retreating. The Leo... Well, the tier 8's down. The Charioteer and the Bulldog, the tier 8s on Rantic's team, are GORN gone. As Rantic starts farming some damage, puts a shot into the Ferdinand at tier 8, as well as that... I thought it was a Tiger. No, it's a VK3001P. That shot doesn't go through the tier 8 heavily armoured German tank destroyer. The Ferdinand probably would it be the most heavily armoured tier 8 tank destroyer? I reckon it might be. And he's just kicking back. You can see why these three players all wanted to get into this position. You can get shots on both flanks. You can get shots down here towards a KV3, which is what Rantic's doing, which is probably the more imminent threat. You can get shots into the back of a Ferdinand when they run away. He's still got his camouflage net and binoculars activated, so his view range and the chance of him being spotted are low. Unlike the Hellcat, who just got blapped by that Ferdinand. Ferdinand very kindly offers Rantic his side, and Rantic puts a nice shell into the back of the tier 8 German TD, and he's might as well put another one in. He's down to 200 health. One more will be enough. If he can get another shot off before he gets behind that rock, no, he can't. 3-9 is the score. His team are in a lot of his team are in a bit of strife here. He gets rid of the KV3 at tier 7 and tries to claw this back. 4-9. 5-9 now as the AT7 picks up the kill on the Comet. The AT7 you can see over here at D1. He looks like he's starting to go forward. Some very lightly armoured vehicles on that western flank. He'll be looking towards the Rheinmetall Borzig and that M41 Walker Bulldog, but Rantic looking towards the Hellcat. No idea where that shot went. The KV85 looks like he's having a red hot go at that Cromwell B, who looks like he might have picked up a bit of a ram kill there. That KV85 at tier 6 is pretty heavily armoured. As you see there, he just bounced a shot off the top of the turret. 5-11 is the score. 4 versus 10. What? Yeah, 4 versus 10. Rantic from Calm Clan. Plus the STRV S1, who looks like he's getting harassed by the Bulldog on the... No, he's not. STRV S1's in the middle. Looks like that AT7 is getting harassed by the Bulldog. Rantic has just realised that. The Leo doing half a boost. That Leo is... Look, that Leo hasn't been in this game. I'd be very surprised if he did much more than a few cheap shots as Rantic picks up his second kill, gets rid of the M41 Bulldog, the tier 8 light tank. Always good to get rid of a top tier tank in any battle. Looks towards the Rheinmetall Borzig Waffenträger, another tier 8. You can see that RHM's gun is not aiming towards Rantic, so Rantic doesn't really need to move. He's not spotted unless he doesn't have 6 sets anymore, but we know he had it in that first battle at tier 6. Looking towards that AMX 1357, the very, very pesky premium French light tank. Gets him for 366. That was high explosive. He's got one high explosive round left, but he switched back to normal because that AMX is down to below 200. He's on 153 health, and Rantic reckons, hold my beer, I've got this. 9-12 the score now. They're slowly coming back, the team. The AT7 looks like he survived that assault from that M41 Walker Bulldog with the help of Rantic from Calm Clan up here on his perch. The VK3001P hasn't been seen for a while. He was last spotted down here on this western flank. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to start pushing. Jackson calls for the AT7 to start pushing. What kind of health's the AT7 on? Not much at all. Rantic sits back in the bush, hoping to get visioned on this VK3001P. It's only a tier 6. And I reckon he's put some damage, or somebody's put some damage into that German medium tank. 9-12 the score now, so it's 3 versus 6. Needs to pull something out of the bag to turn this victory around, this result around. He's on 2 kills, he's on 2,500 damage, which isn't sloppy at all. Trying to get some shots on the enemy Jagdpanzer, who's flipped himself, and of course the Stritzwagen picks up the kill. 10-12 the score now, so the difference is only 2. He'd love to get rid of that AMX 1357, but he's pretty well tucked in behind a rock there. He knows where Rantic is. That AMX 1357. That's where you would know where the shot came from when Rantic shot him earlier. And STRV just hoping to continue to keep that 1357 spotted, because if that 1357 gets behind any one of these turretless tank destroyers, then he's just going to farm damage all day long and carry the game for his team. 10-12 the score. He's on 2,788 damage, plus a little bit of assisted damage, 2 kills, and lucky enough to be on just about full health. What did he lose? It looks like he lost 16 hit points. That might have been lost in the climb. Maybe he slipped, or maybe, I don't know what happened there. But anyway, 10-12 is the score on Cliff. He'd love to get some vision on that VK3001P. I would love to know what kind of health the German medium tank's on. It's, apart from that AMX 1357, it's the last tank on the enemy side with vision. We know the Ferdinand is on reasonably low health, probably 1 or 2 shots for Rantic in his IKV 90B, Tier 7 Swedish Tank Destroyer. The AMX 1357 still on 153 health. Clearly nobody has shots on the premium French light tank. The enemy Hellcat hasn't been seen for a while either. He was last spotted down at G3, so pretty good chance he's still there up on that boost at sort of F2 G3 on the western part. The AT7 not brave enough to move forward. The AT7, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's sort of hiding behind. He's on 200 odd health. That's not much. Is he? Who knows? 10-12 the score. It's a case of hurry up and wait now. Bit of chit chat going on in the in-game chat. Rantic on 784 health. He's done nearly 2,800 damage. He's having an absolute ripper. He's on 2 kills. Lord Bellslow in the Stridsvagen S1, the premium Swedish Tank Destroyer. He's no slouch. He's on 4 kills. He's having a ripper as well. He knows he needs to conserve that 697 hit points. If one of those enemy tanks push on that Stridsvagen S1, that 1357 will swing around and put all 10 shells or whatever shells he's got into the back of the premium Tier 8 Swedish TD. So it's hurry up and wait time. 5 minutes left on the clock. Now what, says the AT7? Look, the enemy team have the advantage. They probably need to let the enemy tank push and then try and go for it. Rantic puts it into the chat. I'm thinking about rushing the Ferdinand. Here's a 1 or 2 shot, which is exactly what I said a few seconds ago. 10-12 the score. What are the enemy team doing? What's left? 3 tank destroyers. The Ferdinand with armour, but not with health. The Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, which I think is below half health as well. Stridsvagen finally gets a kill on that 1357, so that's one set of eyes gone. The Hellcat hasn't been seen for a long time. The VK hasn't been seen for a long time either. Now, the STRV S1 didn't lose any health in that little trade with the light tank. Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger gets spotted on 403 hit points. Rantic trying to get into a position where he can help Lord Bell Snow in his Stridsvagen S1. Help him get rid of another Tier 8 top tier tank destroyer. Rantic talking about rushing the Ferdinand. He's just been spotted. There's the Ferdinand. There's the Hellcat as well. He needs to be careful here. Hellcat's on 77. What's that? The Ferdinand sideways. So that's an easy kill. We'll take it. Looks like the Ferdinand threw that one away. The Stridsvagen S1 kills the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, and all of a sudden they're winning as the enemy Hellcat looks like he's going to rush Rantic with high explosives too. So he takes his time, aims, picks up the kill on the Tier 6 American Tank Destroyer. Now it's just the VK left. In fact, that VK is the last enemy tank remaining. The Leo starts pinging frantically, pinging the map. We know, we can see him. They can all see him. Rantic doing the right thing here, going for the flanking manoeuvre as the Stridsvagen starts attacking from the central part of the map. Turns around. Don't tell me he's on his side as well. He is. Oh well, I'll take the easy damage, thank you very much. That VK trying to turn his gun around, and he puts it into the chat. They both flipped themselves. Rantic picks up his 5th kill. Lord Bell Snow in the Stridsvagen S1. He had a ripper as well. He got the top gun, and in the end, another ace tanker replay from Rantic from Calm. On Cliff in the IKV 90 Type B, the Tier 7 Swedish Tank Destroyer. Now this is from patch 19.1, but still a high caliber. Missed out by 1 kill for the top gun, but credit to the Stridsvagen, he deserved it. He played a very patient game. And I like what the AT7 said in the chat just at the end when they were rushing those last 2 remaining tanks. He said, I'll join you and I'll follow you next year, because of course not known for its speed, that British tank destroyer. Ace Tank and Mastery Badge for Rantic from Calm Clan Fighter, 5 for effect and high caliber. Top scored just by damage, 3,363 hit points. At tier 7 he got the bonus experience, 1,203. Lord Bell Snow in the Stridsvagen S1, hats off to him with 3,006 kills. But he fired 26 shots, Rantic from Calm Clan. 19 hit and only 16 went through, but he was shooting some pretty heavily armoured targets. Remember, he was shooting the Ferdinand. Most of his shots went into the Ferdinand, but I think he missed a couple and he might have bounced a couple. And of course, the tier 6 heavy tank as well, the KV-85, I think bounced 1 or 2 shots on his turret. But not a bad result at all. Handy little battle. Went for nearly 12 minutes. Looks like he had some premium rounds fired, so he didn't make many credits, but well worth it for an Ace Tank and Mastery Badge on Cliff in a couple of Swedish Tank Destroyers. Tank Destroyer replays. Thank you very much for the replays, Rantic from Calm Clan. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.